Welcome student in today's online section of subject advanced manufacturing processes. Today we are going to see another topic of our chapter number 2 and name of this topic is thermal spray coating. Okay, so listen me, what is thermal spray coating? Thermal spray coating are used to reduce the friction and wear of component and increase its lifespan of operation. So its name denotes that it is a coating process where we are going to use the used to coat the surface of a particular material of a particular substance to reduce the friction and wear of the components and increase its lifespan. Okay, so this is the for coating, and here this coating is assisted with the help of the thermal spray. Means here we are going to use the heat energy. Name itself denotes that it is a thermal spray coating. Means here coating is to be done by using the heat energy produced by the various sources here. Okay, so here in definition you can read, thermal spray coating is defined as applying the coating takes place by means of the special devices or system through which the melted or molten spray of material is propelled at high speed into a cleaned and prepared component surface. Here you can see it is a prepared component surface. What is this prepared component surface? So before this spray coating, we need to clean the surface of the component by using the various processes. Some processes are the sand blasting, or some processes electronic cleaning. So this we need to prepare this component. So this is the prepared surface whose surface is properly clean, and on that clean surface we are going to apply the spray of the spray coating here by means of the thermal energy. Okay, so in figure 2 here you can see this is the figure number 2. In figure number 2, the diagram showing the principle of a thermal spray coating. The coating feedstock material is melted by the heat source. Here you can see this is the feedstock material. It is heated by the energy, which is thermal energy. The thermal energy heat is either created by the gas or other operating media. Then this is the relative motion. Means by using we are going to blast this material here on the prepared surface. This liquid of molten material is then propelled by the process of gases and sprayed into a base material where it solidifies and forms a solid layer. This individual aspects is of a thermal spray coating. Okay, so this molten material here of this feedstock material is then propelled or get forced on this prepared surface here, and it gets solidified there and produce the coating. Then we are going to see this topic here, coating materials. Okay, so here in principle material that does not decomposes at is melted. So the coating material should not get decomposed or vanish after it's melted. Can be used as a thermal spray coating material. Depending on the thermal spray process, the coating material can be in the form of the wire or in the form of the powder. I will show you that how this wire or powder can be used for this coating purpose. Here you can see on this chapter table number 2. There are some particular material alloys or material class or the characteristics they have, and whenever we require this corrosion free protection, then what we can use this zinc. Then when we need the high hardness, fuse minimum porosity, at that time we are going to use this typical alloy here. Okay, so these are the material class, the pure metals, then self fixing alloy, and the type of alloy we are going to use this zinc. Here you can see there's a particular application where we are going to make a thermal spray coating of zinc. in the bridge construction on the pure metal. So these are the applications I will teach. We will see a separate paragraph for this application also. So here are just some material class, and these are the typical alloys which we are going to use. The characteristics of this can be of this coating material can be a corrosion protection, then high hardness and fuse minimum porosity, then economical wear resistance, then high temperature corrosion resistance, then anti-fretting, then oxidation resistance, high hardness, wear resistance. So all these should be the desirable characteristics of a coating material. Okay, so here we are. The thermal spray coating are classified into two again. First one is the conventional flame spray, and other one is the electric arc spray. Then plasma spray and high velocity fuel spray. All these four processes are the types of thermal spray coating. Again, listen to me, the characteristics which I show you here in the table. If we mention them in the form of theoretical, you can say that the thermal spray coating can be applied over a wide range of materials such as metal, ceramic as well as plastics. The versatility in coating material choice such as tungsten carbide, stainless steel, ceramics, carbides and pure metals. The thermal spray substrate remains comparatively low temperature during spraying, which allows the subject to maintain its organizational structure and physical properties. Thermal spray can be carried out in an atmospheric condition, low vacuum or inert gas environment depending on the application. Wide range of coating thickness can be selected from this thin film to thick layer. Thermal spray coating can be applied to a small part to large and complex shape parts. Okay. Here we already start to see its types of thermal spray coating, which is conventional flame spray, then electric arc wire spray, then plasma spray and high velocity oxy-fuel spray. Okay. Here you can see a diagram of this wire flame spray. It is the conventional flame spray process. Okay, what is happening here? The wire is fed concentratedly into the flame where it is melted and atomized by the addition of the compressed air that also directs the molten metal towards the workpiece surfaces. The fuel gas can be acetylene. So here you can see it is the coating material which is in the form of the wire, then it is the fuel gas which is coming here in contact with this wire here and producing heat. Because of this addition of the heat, the wire get melted, and this melted material is then forced with the help of the air. Here these are the air passages. With the help of this air, it is bombarded on this workpiece here, and we get the layer of this liquid here on this workpiece, and after some time it get solidified and we get the coating there. Okay. So with the wire flame spray process, the wire spray material is melted in the gaseous oxygen fuel flame. Here you can see the oxyacetylene. The gas will be used in the form of the acetylene here. Oxygen and acetylene burning produces the heat here. The fuel gas can be acetylene and propane or hydrogen. The wire is fed concentratically into the flame where it is melted and atomized by the addition of the compressed air that also directs the melted material toward the workpiece of the surface. Then this acetylene gas also directs this molten material on the workpiece. Then the next type is a powder flame spray. So this process is advanced over this conventional coating processes. This coating process is based on the same operational principle as the wireframe spray process, but the difference only is that the coating material is spray powder instead of the wire here. So here you can see, instead of this wire filling, we are filling this coating material in the form of the powder. And main advantage of this powder spray coating is that in this conventional spray process or wire flame spray process, more heat is required for the operation, but here as the powder is provided here, so heat requirement for the operation is less here. Here thus a larger selection of spray material is available, and not all spray material can be manufactured in a wire form. Here no previous working or no previous work like to convert this coating material into wire, and then we are going to use this wire in this process is eliminated. Here we can use this coating material directly in the form of the powder. So no previous processes on coating material is required here in case of the power flame spray. Again listen me. Okay. Now listen the advantages of this conventional flame spray. The process is simple in design and easy to operate. The flame spraying equipment is portable and suitable for manual use without the need of automated manipulators. Little operator training is necessary to use the equipment. Then conventional flame spray process is less cost of equipment. The disadvantages of this conventional flame spray is that highly porosity and lower bond strength is available here. Then impossible to coat inner surface of small holes and features, because this process are the conventional ones. So these are the disadvantages of these processes. Then to eliminate these disadvantages, we are going to use we are modified this process, and the modified types are here. The electric arc spray process. So here the heat is produced or created by the electric application, and rest operation is same. Here as the heat is produces with the help of electricity, so to bombard this heated coating material on workpiece, we need the separate arrangement of the compressed air. So electricity only melt the coating material and it directed on the toward the workpiece by use of the compressed air. With electric arc wire spray, an arc is formed by contact of two opposite charges metallic wires, usually of the same composition. This load to melting at the tip of the wire material. So it is simple that how we are going to produce the heat by using the electricity. Here two opposite charge metallic wires are fed to the system and form an arc when comes in contact. This leading to the formation of melting of wire at the tip. Compressed air atomize the melted spray material and propel to the substrate and coating its form after cooling and solidification. Electric arc wire spray coating are very cost effective and are typically used to apply material like pure aluminum and zinc. Here what is happening, this wire is of positive charge, this wire is of negative charge. When this positive and negative charge wire comes in contact, they produces the arc, and by using this heat produced by them, we are going to do the coating process here. Okay. Here probably this wires of this coating material are good conductors such as aluminum or zinc. Okay. Then advantage of this electric arc wire spray are it has highest deposition rate amongst all process. Then it lower the costing cost as compared to the plasma and high velocity process. It lowers power requirement. Little operator training is necessary to use the equipment. It is possible to spread to dissimilar wire and produce an intermediately mixed coating. So mixed coating can also be possible here. Low porosity and high bond strength than the conventional flame processes. Okay, the disadvantages of this electric arc wire spray is that only electrical conductive metal wire can be used. So here disadvantage is that we cannot spray non-conductive substance here. Large amount of dust and fumes are produced, hence cause health hazards to operator. Costing quality lower than the plasma and HVOF process. Then it has high porosity and lower bond strength. So this is the plasma spray coating. Here this plasma spraying make use of the plasma torch as the main tool for heating and spraying the coating. Plasma is an ionized gaseous cloud composed of free electron, positive ions, neutral atoms and molecules. A high frequency arc is ignited between the anode and the tungsten cathode. The gas flowing through between the electrode is ionized and forms plasma. The temperature of plasma is high as 16,000 degree centigrade. A powder coating material is then injected into the plasma flame and propelled into the substrate. Ceramics coating are most often applied using the plasma spray due to their high melting temperature. Okay, so here what is happening? Here this is the cathode, then here this is the anode. When this anode and cathode at a particular specific distance away, and when the plasma gas pass between them, then they produces the plasma, or you may say they produces the spark. And as the gas moves forward, the plasma or high temperature also available here, and at that time this powder of this coating material is introduced here. This powder is get melted here and it get bombarded here on the workpiece and coating is produces there. Here the principle of plasma spray coating is as shown in the figure. A high frequency arc is ignited between the anode and the tungsten cathode. The gas flowing through this between the electrodes is ionized such as plasma plume several centimeters in length is developed. So because of this plasma gas, the plasma is developed here after this anode and cathode, when it pass from this anode and cathode, and here within this flume can reach as high as 16,000 Kelvin. The spray material is injected as a powder outside of the gun nozzle. Here you can see this powder port is for introduction of the coating material. The spray material is injected as a powder outside of the gun nozzle into the plasma plume, where it is melted and hurled by the gas into the substrate surface. Okay, so this is the plasma spray process. Now we are going to see the applications of this spray coating. So applications are wear protection. One of the most important uses of thermal spray coating is that it produces wear protection. Then again it produces the core protection, as the low carbon alloys of steel and cast iron metal is subject to rust and therefore often need constant surface protection. So this can be produced by the flame sprayed coating of aluminum or zinc. The main next is for insulative coating. So to produce the insulation of thermal or electrical, we can use the thermal spray coating process. Then post processing. So many components require this post processing, as because of this surface cleaning they may prone to oxidation process. So to eliminate this oxidation process, we will provide a coating on them, and for this coating we require the thermal spray here. Then this mechanical post processing, same, that for the sealing is sprayed on this coating of soap primarily to fill the pores and micro cracks in the coating, which provides additional protection against the corrosion. Okay, so here we are stopping. If you have any doubts regarding this thermal spray coating process, you can contact me on my personal WhatsApp number. In the next section we will see the further processes of this chapter number 2. Thank you.